Nice.
Oh. That's nice. That's relaxing.
Is this the podcast now?
Yeah, this is the podcast now.
We've begun.
Okay.
When you hear that music, then you know you're in the podcast.
You're in the pod.
You're in the pod zone,
I really
baby.
liked that little tune.
It's very,
It's really lovely.
It's from
Sorry, I was just fondly looking into your eyes
audio
just
now?
now.
Well, we're very well lit.
Which
right
makes
now.
sense.
Ryan, do the
Because
intro.
we're lovers.
Oh, hello. Just to be clear, those two are lovers.
Do the intro.
Welcome to Podwatcher. This is a show where we chat about whatever's on our mind every week. I'm Ryan Bergara.
I'm Shane Madej.
I'm Sarah Rubin.
That's my wife. She's here to hang out
My
with
wife.
us. Oh, yes. You did it when Mari was here, and now you did it for Sarah as
you
well. That's great.
you stole his my wife.
He had the opportunity. He didn't do it.
It didn't occur to me. I
wasn't gonna.
No.
He didn't have the balls to do it. The cojones.
This is Podwatcher. Welcome. If you haven't been here, hi. This is a podcast. We've got a lot of news today. We've got a lot of news.
That's right.
First exciting bit of news, which we mentioned somewhat recently. We have a new merch store.
That's right.
Watcherstuff.com, same old address, but
Look, it's on Shane's chest right now.
I'm wearing
Look at
one of the
this.
shirts right
Look
now.
at
We've
this
got
sexy design.
a handful of new Puppet History designs that are really wonderful. And then
That's
we've
right.
got some very fun Mystery Files and Ghost Files stuff coming out soon. There's also some extra Puppet History stuff that's going to be dropping at some point. But that's sort
I've
of
been waiting for the second drop of puppet stuff because I saw what's going to be in it.
yeah.
And there's a shirt that I really want.
There were some designs that I made that are very fun.
It's a good way to celebrate Shane's life because, as you know, you're dead.
I am deceased.
You're
Okay.
on that.
Wait, actually, I'm.
You're also dead.
Am I dead?
Yeah. Sarah was on the last episode of Puppet History, and I was like, well, I exist in the show as a person.
Mm.
We've acknowledged on the show that you're
Oh, sure.
my partner.
We need a flow chart.
Well, we said that I took forget it all too.
I think so.
Because
I
at the
think
end,
that's
I take the forget it all.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was parts in the episode where I had acknowledged, how are you doing, Sarah? Like losing
did
Shane.
you?
And then you were like, I'm not sure if we're going to be that, if we're bringing the lore into the main show. And I think they got cut out.
Well, we were initially, I was like, would it be fun to have Sarah show up in all black with like a veil?
That would be fun.
But
I also don't like the idea of even joking about.
that's what you said. And I was like,
Mari's like that too.
Well,
He doesn't like when I joke about
not
dying.
to get dark, but like I've experienced a lot of death, so like
Fair
I don't
enough.
want to
Fair
like
enough.
joke about
No,
it.
fair
I'm
enough.
fine with it. Like, yeah, I just didn't want to like bring it up. You know,
yeah. Luckily, I only got shot by a horse in an alleyway.
a not real horse.
A not real horse.
So
But
What are you going to do? Shoot me?
yeah. But anyway, watcherstuff.com for all that new stuff. What else is going? What other news bits do we have, Ryan?
Oh, also, if you're watching or listening to this podcast right now, this is not a call out. This is not a call out, but
This is a call out.
okay, it's a little bit of a call. I just didn't want it to be aggressive, but we noticed that 50% of the people who are watching / listening to this show are not subscribed. Maybe it's just like you're deciding, do I like these guys? Do I not? But if you do, it would help a lot if you just hit the subscribe button. It'll help us keep making this funny little show.
I gotta say, I'm very
Shane's gonna say don't
I
subscribe.
have very high standards when it comes to subscribing to stuff, and then when I do subscribe to things on YouTube, I feel very excited.
Is it like Thanos putting in the Infinity Stone kind of?
Sort of, yeah.
Have you subscribed to the doctor that we were watching who reviews?
I did subscribe to him.
Okay, he's
Who's the
great. I
doctor?
love
There's the
him.
doctor.
Wait, can we plug his channel?
Dr.
No, look it up.
Okay, I'm gonna
There's
look
a
up what
few
it's
channels I
called.
want to plug because I'm a big fan of these.
Dr. Arroyo?
Start with this one.
It's not Dr. Arroyo.
Okay,
I love Dr. Arroyo.
This is Podwatcher for now. More news on that momentarily because we're going to be doing a bit of a name change, and that's a bit of a spoiler.
That's right.
But it's a very exciting thing. So if you haven't subscribed, the people I've subscribed to recently, Scout Outdoors, which is a guy who bought a old house in Nova Scotia. I think it's Nova Scotia.
Oh,
Somewhere
yes.
there.
You mentioned this on the pod.
Yeah, and I didn't get
recently.
to talk about it very much. Here's something scary for you. Your personal data was stolen 9 months ago.
Okay.
So why are you only hearing about it today? That breach notification you just got, it's way too late because the criminals got a head start on you. I like okay, easy. Like you, I have to share my personal information with countless companies. It's just part of modern life, and it seems like every week there's another headline about a major hack. According to IBM, companies take an average of 277 days to report a breach. By then, well, your information has been circulating for months. Now, free credit monitoring after the fact, well, that's like installing security cameras after your house was already robbed. Instead, I rely on Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura monitors my personal data, including my social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to alert me about potential identity theft. They also provide up to $5 million in identity theft insurance in case the worst happens. Aura doesn't just offer ID monitoring and alerts. They provide a VPN with over 100 virtual locations, a secure password manager, antivirus software, and tools to block malicious sites. Data broker opt-out that will stop these companies from selling your personal information for profit and more. There are so many data breaches, your social security number might as well be written on a bathroom stall. Oh. But if you haven't been a victim of fraud yet, then why are you still rolling the dice?
That's a good question.
Let that sink in. Now, if it's because protecting yourself feels overwhelming, well, let Aura do the hard work for you. You can go to our link, www.aura.com/watcher, to try 14 days for free. Now, that will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data has been exposed.
Well, truly, sometimes in the show, Ryan will just pop up a thought in the middle of someone else's thought.
Yep. Yeah.
And that'll be
you'll
the
never
new
get
direction.
back to it. But I just want to, I want to plug it because I really like it. He bought an old house on an old island, like a frozen island. I want to say it's up in Nova Scotia. It's somewhere around. And then the other one I subscribe to, the channel name is Any Austin.
Oh my God, we love Any Austin.
That guy's so wonderful.
Yeah.
He just does a lot of videos where he'll be like, Ryan, I think you'd actually enjoy this quite a bit.
You say Any Austin or Any Austin?
ANY.
Oh,
What does he do?
He's the one who does the
I do.
videos where he'll be like, I figured out the source of water for all the rivers in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Where do the rivers come from in Skyrim? What are the?
Is it a logical system of streams and mountains?
And then he'll he did one recently, was like the most boring locations in Grand Theft Auto 5, which is a thing. I love open world games so much, and one of the joys of those is just like finding weird little spots in them.
Oh wait, he just did Tears of the Kingdom too. I saw this guy in my recommended.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was like
Very
7
funny.
days ago as of the time of this recording.
So there's a joy. What I'm saying here is there's a joy to subbing, you know? Well, there's a joy.
There's a joy to doming as well.
There's a joy to subscribe.
Wait, that was the loop back point?
Yes,
We
because
have
the
something
joy
we'd
I
like
got
to share.
The joy
I
of
got.
subbing. Our new
That'll
book.
be the title.
We
Watcher
have a
stuff.
new blog.
As we
It's
said,
a lifestyle
we're changing
blog.
the title of this podcast.
Oh my God.
There's a joy to subscribing to new channels, and if you haven't subscribed to ours here on YouTube, give it a subscribe. Give it a subscribe on your podcast app.
And if we see those subscribers go all the way up to 100 from the 50% that aren't watching, Shane will do the next podcast shirtless.
I will, yeah. If it goes up to 100%,
It has to be 100 and he will do it shirtless. You heard it here first. He's been telling me he wants to show off his chest tat. And
oh yeah, my chest tat.
Oh yeah, your chest tat.
Of course. We all know someone who just got a chest tat recently that is the craziest chest
It's
tat.
so
it was insane.
Well, I don't want him to be offended.
No.
If we talk about the tattoo.
He knows it's crazy. I'm not
it is crazy.
gonna describe it or put it
Well,
on.
I think, and as a person who has a bunch of tattoos, I think that's a move. And it looks sick as shit.
And he's already canon in the pod. He's already been on the pod in terms of being in a story.
And he's been in he's technically been
He was
in the
the
puppet
man.
show.
He was
Now we have to
the,
name
he was
him.
the man I snuck up on when he was peeing.
You're right. You know what? I'm going to shout him out.
And he does vocals on the puppet show.
It's my friend Pat Volker who does all of the backing vocals and like musical accompaniments on Puppet History. He's been doing that since we did the hot dog back in the day.
We love Pat.
A lovely man.
A very lovely
A
man.
lovely man, a great dad.
Lovely mane,
And
too.
he has sick tats. We're okay. So to everyone listening, now I want to preface this by saying the format of the show is not really changing at all.
Almost, yeah, exactly the same show.
We have found that over the past several months, we tend to like to talk about spooky things. They come up. We usually chit chat a lot, and then people send in spooky things, or it'll be a thing that scares us, much like the hypothetical thing that we did where we entered a room with a mysterious animal.
Yeah. Or the 1,000 muscle robot.
This is that was pretty good.
That's a pretty good impression.
I was listening.
I don't know what that is, but I love it.
I was listening back to that episode and really laughing at the notion of hiring one of those to do your dishes.
Going over spanking him on the ass.
It's a big umbrella of things that are spooky or strange or eerie. And we, for the longest time, have had an issue with this podcast where when people say, "What's the podcast?" and we say, "It's Podwatcher," and they say, "What? So tell me more about that." And we're like, well,
I mean, hell, if you've listened to the first 30 seconds of this show anytime in the last 70 episodes, you've understood. We don't even know.
Yeah.
That's
but
true.
the thing that has become apparent is that we genuinely enjoy talking about spooky things that come up. That's as we said, a wide array of things. But as such, we will be rebranding the show, retitling it to Ryan, Shane, and Steven Get Scared.
Get scared.
Get
Scared.
Yeah.
And it's going to be pretty much the same. There's going to be a lot of chit chat up top where, we're not, it's not going to be, we're playing organs every week and there's going to be cobwebs everywhere. No. But
that's not a bad
idea.
You should release some bats in here.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
Just see what
Or
happens.
we could just put post bats in post with squeaks,
Yeah.
But so they're pretty much the same. There's gonna be a new intro. There will be an actual intro where we talk about the show. We'll probably tell you up top what we're gonna be talking about later in the episode. That's spooky. We'll chit chat for a long time. We'll get to the spooky
Exactly.
thing. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
If you're a card carrying member of Squad Watcher, you know what the show is. You've been watching it for the last 70.
You know it in
episodes.
your bones.
This is just a way for us to help.
We're still going to be doing our hot dog. It's really not going to change. No, because guess what? I started tallying my hot dogs, and I'm going to finish.
Oh my God, I got a big ass update.
Oh,
big hot dog.
Yeah. Sorry.
Would a foot long count as 2?
Timeline though, that'll probably be happening in the next few weeks at some point.
Yes.
I think.
April 21st will be the first episode of Get Scared. It will be found in the same places that you find.
If you're subscribed, you will remain subscribed.
Yeah. And it'll still be youtube.com/WatcherPodcasts.
Yep.
And if you're not subscribed, subscribe.
And if you're not subscribed, subscribe.
So you don't lose it.
Let's
Then
get this
you'll know,
guy
then
shirtless.
Click that button.
Let's get me shirtless.
Let's get Shane shirtless
Yeah.
ranking witch films.
Why not you? Why Shane?
Because that wasn't the deal.
Pretty witchy. We do that
Yeah,
thing where we
dude.
paint our chests and put the letters on it, G and S. Get scared.
Oh, I see.
Or you could do that thing where you make your belly a face.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, because then the
yes.
belly button's the
like
mouth.
the mouth,
belly
and then you do
buttons.
I don't like
the
that type
little-
of stuff.
No.
No.
It's scary, huh?
What about when people do the eyes on googly eyes
Oh,
on the
love
chin
that.
and go upside down?
Anyway, yeah, Get Scared. That'll start.
We're very excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It should open us up to do a lot more fun things like the bracket, like the and with guests as well. So
It also gives guests a good reason to, because we enjoy having guests here. I love when a magician visits.
we
for
have a guest
instance.
right now.
Yes.
I would love to be on an episode about dreams and nightmares. 'Cause I have some really crazy
Yes.
nightmares.
I've told them on this podcast about that time. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it about when you were fast asleep and you were making
Choking?
screaming, choking. You were like,
Yeah.
like screaming. And I was like, oh my God. And I mean, I know they say don't wake someone up if they're in the middle of the nightmare, otherwise they'll kill you. So I shook you awake and you were like, I was like, are you okay? And you were like, yeah, what is it? And I was like, that was crazy. You were just all smiles.
You don't remember what your dream was?
No, I don't remember that really.
I told you the next day and you didn't even remember being woken
I do
up.
have really crazy dreams and nightmares though.
Yeah.
What's your ratio of dreams you remember to ones you don't?
Sarah wakes up in the morning and tells me her dreams, and I'm just like, I don't know how your brain can.
I do that to Mari every morning.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's fun.
I would say I dream maybe that I remember maybe 30% of the time. 30% feels right.
That's
Wow,
pretty,
that's a
pretty
lot.
good.
so tired of the fucking school dream I keep having.
School.
Where I have a test that came up I didn't study for,
Oh.
or
Basic classic dream.
or I suddenly remember that I had
Basic dream.
Basic dream.
I'm sure you have it. The one where you realize I haven't been going to history class this entire school year.
I do want to dissuade you though. If change freaks you out, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This will be the same show you know and love.
Also, just to piggyback on what Matt's saying, it's a matter of it's helping us rebrand the show so more people could understand what the show is as an outsider and more people could possibly come in and watch the show. But like Matt said, it's going to be very much the same show for people who are already inside.
And I think the Squad Watchers should still say the Squad Watcher.
Oh, you do?
You all are grandfathered and knighted as OGs.
Okay, we're in the middle of doing a show. Can I talk about jeans for a second?
Yeah, if you want to talk about jeans.
I recently got a pair from The Perfect Jean, and they're basically the unicorn of jeans. They fit like a dream, look fantastic, and are so comfy, I forget I'm wearing pants.
You forget you're wearing pants.
Happens not often, but now it does all the time. In case you didn't know, this is an ad, and The Perfect Jean told me to say this.
You got me.
But I wouldn't lie about how awesome these jeans are. They really do live up to the name.
Picture this. Close your eyes, everybody.
Okay.
700,000 pairs of nuts rescued from
Okay,
bad
you want me to
jeans.
picture 700,000 pairs of nuts?
Yes. That's 2 per dude. So
That's 350,000 dudes.
rescued from bad jeans. The hero? The perfect jean. Say goodbye to stiff cardboard denim and hello to comfort.
Wait, could I stop picturing nuts now? Or am I still picturing the nuts? Could I leave the nuts?
Do it just a little bit longer. And eyes open. These jeans fit like they were custom made. Right, Ryan?
Yeah, that's right. They stretch like you wouldn't believe and look fantastic. The fabric is as soft as a baby's bottom. No babies involved, I promise. And now I'm going to say something now, Shane. I'm going to tell you a promise about these jeans that is definitely not copy that I'm reading. And I'm definitely not hedging right now by saying, making a joke about me reading copy, because this is a real thought from me.
Yeah, this is what you...
These jeans are durable enough to survive her pulling them down daily. You know what I'm talking about? I know you're a little tomcat.
Look, we like the jeans, okay?
No, I do actually wear these jeans, all jokes aside. And these are very comfortable. I like them quite a bit. They fit my legs well.
Now, the Perfect Jean also has a seriously massive range of sizes with 6 fits from skinny to thick. Waist sizes from 26 to 50 and lengths 26 to 38. So it doesn't matter if you're a short king, thick daddy, or something in between. You can find the perfect fit for the body you're rocking.
Short, thick daddy?
Yeah.
Nice. The Perfect Jean doesn't stop there, though. They've revolutionized t-shirts as well. You thought it was just waist down? No!
Oh.
The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide that beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look.
Yeah.
It's soft as butter without shrinking in the wash like all of your other tees. It's just perfect.
It's perfect. Now, for a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc or Google The Perfect Jean and use code WATCHER15 for 15% off.
Guys, it's finally time.
Guys, listen, okay?
No, seriously.
Listen.
Shut up. It's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use code WATCHER15 at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with promo code WATCHER15.
That's right.
After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you.
Fuck your khakis.
That's right.
Fuck your khakis.
Take your khakis and set them on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that's going to be touching these nuts now,
The Perfect Jean.
The Perfect Jean. Technically, they're not touching my nuts because I have underwear on.
Hey,
I don't commando.
judge.
I don't commando it. I'm too scared of zippers.
Before we get any further, I just wanted to do one last bit of announcement. And this is the way to do it, really. I think spread announcements over 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's how you do it, right?
Mystery Files currently airing on YouTube. We've just had an episode where we revisit DB Cooper.
That's right.
There's been a lot of breaks in that. I don't know if you'd call them breaks. Yeah, there's updates in that.
There's updates. No, there's actually some pretty significant progress in that case.
Worth watching that episode because Ryan, for that episode, went to, what was the place called?
I went to the now defunct iFly at Universal Studios City Walk.
Where
it's indoor skydiving.
Simulate skydiving.
That's so funny.
But it's not like a full indoor facility. It's just a tube. Like imagine like a giant cylindrical tube where everybody at City Walk could see me doing this goofy ass thing.
That's gone.
Do you think they washed the suits?
They shut it down.
They shut it down. They shut it down the week after we were there.
They washed them after Ryan used it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they needed to, especially in the bottom.
I really thought that video was going to be very cool, but it mostly looked like when they teach a baby how to swim.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
And they were just
about
sort
it?
of like gently holding you as you like float. It's very funny.
The force of the air going up against your arms is pretty significant.
Well,
Like,
it has to lift
It
your
looks
whole
painful.
body.
Well, when I went in, they made me sign our waiver and they asked, do you have any shoulder injuries? And I was like, yeah, I've had some rotator cuff injuries. And they were like, okay, you need to sign this waiver then that says if anything happens with your
So
shoulder.
dangerous, you'll have to sign a waiver?
Well, no, specifically for the shoulder. You have to list that you have a shoulder injury so that if you re-injure it, it's not on us.
What was that? Was that a quote from Bare Naked Ladies? What was that? Okay.
Wait, what? Can you say it again?
Yeah, he was looking around.
What was it? What'd you say?
So dangerous, you'll have to sign a waiver.
Oh, that, yeah.
It was crazy. I had to really actively push down to keep my arms because you're supposed to stay flat. And that's
Yeah,
why it looks like I'm so strained.
Yeah, it's a fun episode.
It's scary. It's a scary thing.
And then later this week, we've got an episode about the vampire of Cinco, an old murderer.
Yeah.
It's a scary episode.
Also, I do want to point out that the reason why I did the indoor skydiving wasn't
Why?
just because it was funny. I wanted to see how much control I could actually have in the air as a first timer
Were you?
because DB Cooper apparently had no skydiving training.
I can't believe.
So like when he jumps out of a plane in the middle of the night in a storm, I wanted to see, okay, if an average person just jumped off of a plane, how
they
much?
should have sprayed you with a garden hose while you did it.
Well, we didn't think that far ahead, but
They were closing down. I would just be like, "You're closing down. Just
Throw some
spray me
Jell-O
with
in
water."
there.
and to,
Put a bunch of
Hose me
balls
down.
in there.
Yeah.
Put a bunch of bouncy balls in there.
Yeah.
if you haven't watched the app, you could see how much control I actually had in the air.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think that's it for our announcements. Thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah.
And now the podcast begins.
That's right. Now I'm gonna beat the shit out of a sloth bear.
Not last week, 2 weeks ago, episode 70, we did an experiment where Ryan knows what's happening.
Let's get into it.
We did an experiment where
I was
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
Sarah about this.
Okay, you were telling Sarah about it. You go into a room, one of any animal species that has ever lived is in there with you. How many times could you do that without dying? Essentially was what we had bastardized the thought process to become.
Yeah.
Ryan claimed that he could survive a multitude of things, and we kind of let him get away with
It was
it.
a really fun game. It was like a little bit of. I saw people saying it was sort of like a weird D&D.
Yeah,
You were dungeon master.
there were some moments of that. But yeah, so Ryan had said specifically the things that people took issue with was that you said that you could survive a baboon,
A baboon
a chimpanzee,
and a sloth bear.
a sloth bear.
And a honey badger.
And a
I
honey
saw
badger.
some people going to bat for the honey badger.
To be fair, I never said I could defeat them. I said I could befriend them and that they
No.
wouldn't attack me.
Right.
They wouldn't
Well,
attack me.
You could survive. You would survive,
Yes.
is what you're saying.
I just want to make it clear. I don't think I could win a one-on-one altercation, except I do think I could take the honey badger.
We had asked for comments from anyone who's kind of a zoologist or some sort of expert on this. And
They've got Safari in their username.
Wow.
Shelby on Safari is a Safari YouTuber.
Really?
amazing.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Wild animal biologist and zookeeper here. Sloth bear could be chill, but sorry, Ryan, the chimp would be my best vote. The chimp would be my vote to experience most likely to end your streak. Keep up with the great work and rides.
Nice.
I think what we might have mistaken is that, like, you can be in a room with these things,
Yes.
theoretically. They wouldn't always kill you. The polar bear is likely to kill you.
No, for
Oh,
sure.
1,000%.
I just think maybe you're in a room with one of them and you live.
Yeah.
But all four of those, every single time, each one of those is going to be chill. No way.
Right.
No way.
I get one of the comments I saw is like, you're underestimating that you are in a room with technically a trapped animal.
Right.
And that will put them in an automatic kind of like aggressive defensive
Well, very
state.
much like the thing we were talking about with sleep paralysis about, like, I'm in danger. I have to do something.
Yes,
They would
that's
think
animals.
that and rip your throat out. Cumulonimbus2522 said, "Hi, Podwatcher. I'm an ecologist from India, and I can assure you that Ryan ain't surviving that sloth.
That's what I was laughing at.
That's exciting to hear because sloth bears they're all over India. That's where they're commonly.
Seems
I
like
think
it.
that's like their primary habitat.
To your guys' credit, you did give me guff in the room about this one, but you did let me through.
We breezed past it real quick.
Well, we had said let's just rip off the 10, and then we'll, so. And then other than that comment, we have. I didn't realize. I will say I said that we were not going to do the rap anymore.
Yeah.
I did that.
Okay.
People seem very upset by that.
It's okay.
It was a pretty
Look,
split crowd from what I saw.
Someone said, this is from Main Man X2, said, I'm not tired of the rap. I anticipate it. Who doesn't like the rap?
You rap on this?
Shane has good cadence.
I've been doing, we, for the longest, as was evident by the fact that we are changing sort of the hook of the show.
Yeah.
The lack of sort of clear focus on it, or at least with the premise, has always made for a very sort of vague intro where it's like, welcome to the show. We like to chat and hang out.
Yeah.
And these are our names, you know? And then so for a bit I was like, well, I'm just going to write a rap for the opening. And it was just sort of a sing-songy, you know, what up, you dirty worms? And so I was doing that for a while. Some people like it, some people don't. It's anything you do on the internet, some people like it.
You should just put the rap at the end, so if people don't like it,
That's
they can
fair.
skip
You know what?
it.
I'll record an actual version of the rap. We'll put it on SoundCloud or something.
Oh, wow.
You're going to become a SoundCloud rapper?
I mean, I already have all my old Puppet
that's
History songs up there, so you know.
You do have the best rhythm of me, Steven, and yourself.
It's sweet of you to.
Of course. Yeah,
Well, we
I would
learned
say
that
so.
when we did the DJ video for Weird Wonderful World.
Very true.
And I've also seen you cut some rug over on a dance floor.
The comment from Main Man who said, who doesn't like the rap, was responded by
I don't.
the negative one iffy. All caps.
No, this
I
is a
don't.
negative one. Yeah, exactly.
keep it-
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
Who doesn't like the rap? I don't.
I was surprised that
Negative
there were
iffy.
so many of defenders of that rap.
All right, it's us from the future. We're here on the future set of Get Scared to tell you about Brunt. Speaking of scary, getting scared, here's something really scary. You ever worn a bad pair of boots?
Yeah.
You know, after a long day in the wrong pair of boots, you might just wish you weren't wearing any shoes at
They
all.
hurt my toes. They hurt my toes. They hurt my arch. They hurt my heel.
That's right. The wrong boots can seriously wreck your feet.
That is not the case with Brunt. Brunt's best-selling Marin work boots are not only built for the toughest job sites, they're completely waterproof. Whether it's rain, mud, or standing water, your feet stay dry.
Yeah, not only are these boots incredibly comfortable, but they deliver the protection and durability you need on the job site.
Yeah.
Like when you're hunting ghosts.
Like when you're hunting ghosts,
That's
because
right.
we're real blue-collar guys.
We are the most
That's
manly
something you
men
got to
on
understand about us.
YouTube.
Yeah. Now, the best-selling Marin work boot checks every box. Lightweight, waterproof, slip and oil resistant, heat resistant, electrical hazard rated.
That's
And
right.
When that's all stuff we deal with
That's right.
when we're hunting ghosts.
Yeah, from oily workshop floors to muddy farm fields and everywhere in between, the Marin 6-inch soft toe is built for workers across a variety of trades, including ghost hunting.
Brunt isn't just about work boots. They offer a full range of high-performance gear built for tough jobs.
Like ghost hunting.
Like ghost hunting, from heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets. Brunt designs durable, reliable workwear to keep you protected and productive in any condition.
Like when you're ghost
Like
hunting.
when you're ghost hunting.
Brunt knows they have the best boots on the planet, so they'll let you try any of their products on the job risk-free.
Risk-free.
All of Brunt's boots carry the name of real workers in the trades who test and inspire them.
It probably won't be long before they have a Madej and a Bergara boot because of all the stuff that we do out there.
That's right.
In the
The only thing is,
The hard work we do.
when you wear those, you do have to catch ghosts.
you'd have to catch them. Now, Brunt didn't just make a durable work boot.
What did they do?
I'll tell you, they reinvented comfort for the hardest workers out there. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt by using code WATCHER at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use code WATCHER and you're all set. Even better,
Uh-oh.
Brunt lets you try all their products on the job risk-free. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that the Watcher Boys sent you.
That's right.
Okay, so now this is me cutting in from the future now. We just told Ryan that we're creating a store. Sara messaged us last night and said, hey, I want to do this prank on Ryan.
So good.
What you're about to hear is us convincing Ryan that we have a new storefront. That's basically it.
Yep, great.
What about we have something to talk about.
Oh my God.
We haven't talked about that yet.
You're right.
Are we? Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
I feel like Shane should start.
I mean, it's not really my...
It's not
I
your
feel like
thing,
it's-
but like,
You need me to say...
yeah.
We're announcing this publicly.
This is like the
and-
first time we're announcing
and
it.
to Ryan.
Yeah, we haven't told Ryan this yet.
What?
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're opening an art store in Glassell Park.
The three of you?
Yeah, well,
It's mostly me and Matt.
Mostly
I'm not super involved.
But
Shane's there too. Shane's like sort of on the sidelines, but it's mostly a Sara and Matt mess around.
It's a Sara and Matt mess.
Oh, that's
around.
awesome. Is it going to have like a brick and mortar spot, or is it?
yeah,
like-
it's small. It's small, but yeah,
It's small.
Because rent is expensive. But it's called
the Elbow Room.
the Elbow Room.
Right?
Yes.
And is it like what do you see the art? Is there like drinks and stuff like that as well, or is it? I'm so
Well, no,
curious.
Because
You
no. There's
need
no
a
drinks.
liquor
No,
license.
yeah. It's not like it's not. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably do like events and stuff.
You can do because you can do art shows, but you have to give away the alcohol or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
There's
like
like tricks around it.
Dude, that's awesome.
yeah.
the Elbow Room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Opening in
Also,
June?
if anybody doesn't
June.
know, Sara has like an art Instagram which has a bunch of great
That's
stuff on
true.
there. Go
It
check that out,
does, yeah.
or you can see it in person, I guess, which is awesome.
That's what else do you guys want to say about that at this point? Because it's opening in June,
Oh
Opening in June.
shit, that's soon.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so it's a pretty big space.
It's yeah.
Family friendly, yeah.
And we're gonna have
Like prints from local artists.
yeah.
and then also, so I'm involved a little bit because
Thank God, because otherwise I wouldn't have gone.
but I have a habit of always picking up like weird stuff on like eBay,
Yeah.
like all the clown plates that I've been,
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
yeah.
Weird shit. And then
Hey,
you
so,
have like
like,
the
I
Cheers.
found-
Well, you have the clown plates, and then you have like you have the Cheers dartboard.
The Cheers
You have
dartboard.
the Cheers dartboard, and a lot of this stuff like we've been keeping it in storage.
Yeah, we have like a. Did you not know about it?
Were you like a closeted hoarder? Like
No,
it's
because
like
I don't keep it at
collecting.
home.
Yeah.
But so like the clown plates, they're really old. They're
okay,
from,
just
like,
want to you're saying that like it's normal. What do you mean by clown plates? Like, is there
They're
a face
like-
of a clown on the plate surface?
It's like
Yeah.
clowns in different situations.
oh,
Like sometimes the clowns will be like playing like ball or something, and then like sometimes they'll be like,
Stuff like this,
cooking
yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
that's those. I don't think those are the
Do you
exact
have
same
the
ones.
no?
These
Those
are
are
the
not
exact
yours.
ones,
Those
but
aren't
they're
the
stuff
exact
like
ones.
this.
Yeah.
But
okay.
so
I'm not trying to be like an asshole here, but you guys are talking about the clown plate, like clown plates, like it's a very normal just thing, and you're making me feel crazy because I'm like, this is a crazy thing, right? Like, oh, he's clown plates, yeah. Like it's
Well,
like
no, it's like he has the clown plates, and then I have like the gnomes. So that's what we have in the storage unit.
Okay.
And then they're going to be like on display at the store.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to like display
But there is, like,
if you have a collection.
this is a plate of a clown with a American
Yeah.
flag tie holding a dog in a sweater.
Well, this is
Well,
not
that's
ours.
that's- yeah.
just, I don't have
No,
that
no,
one.
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay,
But I've got
And then yeah.
so there's so that's what I'm doing there. I'm not quite as
Now, are you gonna sell them, or they're on display?
No, I mean,
some your least favorites.
not for sale.
no. I'm gonna sell them
Okay.
because we're gonna put them.
Because we're trying. Well, we were like, how do we get rid? Because I have a large collection. Well, back home, I have a large collection of like old McDonald's toys
Oh, that's awesome.
of like Spy Kids and like Wild Wild West. Well, that was a Burger King toy.
Yeah, that's
but
good too.
Just trying to sell some of that shit.
You guys are going to be able to have that baller moment when someone's like, I love this piece of art. How much is it? And you could go, not for sale.
Yeah.
Well,
That one's special.
no, it's
that
all
shit
for
is
sale.
that one's
sale.
special.
These are for sale. And then the gnomes are for sale too. Because we need to clear out the storage room to have new collections.
Well, I'm
Correct.
tired of clown plates because at this point I have like 300 of them.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I do.
He does.
He
It's
does.
crazy.
Okay, wait. Are you joking?
It's crazy.
You can't just.
That's what
They're
I'm-
in storage.
Just be serious with me. You're not fucking with me.
Why not?
This isn't a joke?
I
Matt's
thought it was a
seen
joke
them.
until I saw them.
He saw them.
Because I did the very same thing.
Because
like,
they've
what
been.
the fuck are you talking
guys,
about?
they've been talking about.
That's the correct reaction. You
Yeah,
guys were
yeah,
acting
yeah.
like this wasn't
Well, I've seen it.
okay.
Yeah.
They've been talking about the store for a long time because your wife Sadie is a dancer and she's also going to be using it as sort of studio space.
nice flex space.
Yeah, so it made sense for us or for them at
Yeah.
least to do this because Sarah's art, local artists, and then so I'm just coming in with the clown plates.
But the clown plates are going to be like
They'll
They're-
probably be.
they're a pretty big centerpiece of the place.
This is so unfair right now. I'm just gonna you break great news. I'm very happy for the story, and then you just slip in there oh yeah, my 300 clown plates are going to be in there. Like, it's not, I feel like an asshole because now I'm fixated on the clown plates and I should be fixated on the beautiful art that's going to be displayed. And you've done this to me. You put me in
as well.
You put me in a bad position, I think.
Yeah, that is art. It is art.
It is art.
Because Shane and I recently did a show.
I should have brought up the.
And
I should have mentioned the clown plate.
There are certain, you have to reveal a secret about yourself that you don't think anybody in the room would know,
not even
and then they have to guess it's you.
I feel like I've mentioned them before.
You have not mentioned these before.
Have I
feel like you have.
Not to me. Because Shane was like, he even said to the producers, I don't know how many secrets I have because Ryan pretty much knows everything about me because we spend our lives just talking and shooting the shit. And he pretty much knows every story about me. And this is the first I'm hearing of your 300 clown plate collection.
I mean, I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of.
It might just be one of those things where it's like,
how many plates is that per year?
it just
never came up. Yeah.
I feel like it came up on the podcast.
That's over 70 plates a year.
Yeah, but they're in storage.
No, but I'm saying in terms of you collected it over 3 to 4 years.
But the online now, you just go like click.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Just click.
Yeah, true.
70 clicks a year. That's probably how many you click in like an hour.
But I gotta see these plates.
But it's kind of like you and your shoes, I think, where it's like at a certain point, if I want to keep buying them, you get rid of the old ones. So that's why we're taking them to the store.
And was it, I don't know for you, because like with the toys, I just would often buy them like, like from like just, I don't know, some guys like, I got a bag of these toys. And then oftentimes you can just get like duplicates and shit.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just still like, I also want to say, I apologize if I made you feel like you're weird for collecting these plates. It was a lot to process in the moment. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
They're nice. I'll
bring collect whatever you want.
I can bring some in for the next pod.
I love that.
That'd be cool.
I love that.
Ryan, do you want to come to the store?
Of course I want to come to the store. I got to see these plates and I got to see the art. Well, 2 reasons now.
You can't because it's not real.
Unfucking believable. It is a joke. I knew it. God, this is such bullshit. God damn, dude. Okay. I felt bad. I was like, oh man, did I make him feel bad for collecting these plates? Wait, do you not collect the plates?
No, he doesn't collect the plates.
Thank God, dude. Holy shit.
That
was so stressful.
We thought the store was going to be what you believed the store so fast, and we were like, what is this?
Well, that makes sense. You're the art store.
Well, I wanted it to sound realistic.
But now I'm kind of bummed because I want to visit that store.
I know, it's a good idea.
Well, it sounds like a nice store.
Yeah.
Clown plates in McDonald's.
All that being said, go visit Sarah's Instagram.
It was going on too long, and I didn't want the audience to think that it was real.
I did not think that you would be so accepting and you were supportive.
I knew that Ryan would be.
It was too realistic.
But it's not no surprise at all.
I wanted to put like a DDR machine in the back, and Matt said that was too crazy.
Well, then I started to be like, oh yeah, we should probably put this. I'm going to mention the DDR machine.
I was about to mention the DDR machine.
Sadie's going to use it for a dance
flex spot.
It's just this.
I was like, cool.
Crazy story.
What's insane is because I just visited.
It's got clown. She's going to break all the clown plates if she
just visited Glassell Park recently because Mari and I have been doing this thing where we just pick a city in LA and go explore it as if we don't live in LA. Yeah. And that was one of the places. And we went to a record store that had a garage. You would walk down a little hill.
Really?
And it was a record store in a garage. You could serve beer over the counter. I was like, oh, this fits perfect in that vibe.
But I said, oh, it'd be fun to prank Ryan.
So I was in the kitchen and Sarah was in the other room. She was like, can we prank Ryan tomorrow? That would be fun. And I was like, yeah, I mean, sure.
You were way more enthusiastic than that. You were like, I love that idea.
I did like it a lot. But then the first suggestion that Sarah made, she was like, we should tell him we're not together anymore. And I was like, that's really heavy.
I didn't think that. I thought you were going to say we are having a kid.
I was like, either.
Well, yeah, I'm going to announce that on the podcast.
I thought that was a little odd, but I was like, hell yeah.
No. I was going to say, I thought it would be funny if it's like we thought it would be good to announce it here.
But my thoughts were either one, he won't believe that, or two, if he does believe that, it's going to be so sad. And we would really have to sell it.
Yeah, I was, I didn't think it through, but
no, yeah. And then you were like, you're right.
That's not good. Yeah.
And it's also funny on the heels of Sara earlier in the episode saying, I don't like Shane joking about dying.
Yeah.
Well, but it's just crazy because we are never going to break up. So.
And then Sara was like, what if we tell him we're opening a store? And I thought that was very silly
hard.
at first. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, that is very funny. It's just such a
It's innocuous.
It's just such a very odd thing to lie about.
The message came through to me at I think 11:30.
You guys sold it really well.
Thank you.
I do think the joke, I don't know, without the plates was the thing I just fixated
Well, that's the
on.
thing.
Well, we
because-
had to, in the moment, sort of course correct because it was
Because
too
so
realistic.
fast.
I know that if we had, I gamed it out and I was like, if we tell him we're opening a store, Ryan's going to be so supportive and excited.
Well, I thought he'd just be like, why have you mentioned this before?
That's why I said maybe the store should be like you and me, Sarah, and Shane's
Yeah.
like kind of just
Yeah.
kind of in on it because I know that you
that made it very realistic to me.
That,
Yes,
that was
yeah.
that was your suggestion.
Yeah.
That it was more of
That's
a Matt
good.
Sarah adventure, and I was sort of like not plugged
well
into
because
the
we
day-to-day.
do weird shit.
Yeah.
The Happy
But you
Meal
are
toys.
It would
business
make
partners.
sense for us. And then the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this is a good idea. That's good.
It's a good idea.
Well, no, it is a good idea. Not
No, yeah.
necessarily.
I'm kind of
us
sad it doesn't exist.
selling the trash.
Garbage.
Oh boy, I love this
I
time of
love
year,
this.
don't you?
Yeah.
Spring,
Spring.
getting warmer.
Oh, again.
Love is in the air. Okay, time to get out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there's no better partner than Factor Meals. Didn't see that coming, did you? They're ready in just 2 minutes. You could just heat these bad boys up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want, like frolicking.
That's right. Ryan, what is, and I know we're in the middle of promoting something here. I wanted to ask you a question. What's one thing you wish you had a little more time for this spring?
Ooh. Men's hygiene or something like that, you know?
Men's?
That's right. Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's getting swampy.
You wish
It's getting swampy. And I'd like,
you had more time for men's hygiene?
that's right. That's right.
Okay. Well,
It's a problem.
that has nothing to do with, okay. Look,
Yeah. I'm going to get so much more time because of these Factor
you'll be
Meals.
able to keep yourself hygienic because
Factor that in.
look, you can get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Now, Factor Meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle, or if you need to focus on your hygiene.
Or, you know, like the producer of this show, Matt Rial, he meal preps hot dogs. And this is a much healthier
Yeah.
option.
More time.
With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick from gourmet meals that fit your goals, choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more.
Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts.
It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals pack in the flavor with none of the fuss.
I don't have a microwave at home, but I did.
Yeah, you don't own a microwave?
No, but I've had them here at the office.
Wait,
At
are
home,
you
we have a
serious? You don't have a
we
microwave?
have a toaster oven at home.
Oh, cool.
We have a microwave at the office, though, and I have the factory meals at the office.
I see.
They're great, especially when I, don't bring a lunch in or I don't want to go down the block to get, some lunch, from some bullshit place around here.
No, exactly.
It's nice to have a nice. It's quick, it's filling, it's tasty.
It's in a tray.
It's in a tray. Then you get the whole meal. You get a little main, you get a little side, usually
That's
some
right.
vegetables or something.
And if you're a fussy eater too, this might appeal to you folks. The tray actually has little compartments for each part of the food,
That's
so it's
right.
not touching.
That's right.
Get started at factormeals.com/Watcher50off and use code Watcher50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Watcher50off at factormeals.com/Watcher50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
That's right.
I
know,
can't
toys
believe you
wasn't-
found those clown plates on eBay so fast.
Was it bizarre? But the clown plates.
Well, then I was
You
like,
did a good job of
I was like,
holding the
we need
opposition.
a little something extra because Ryan's just going to be like, this is amazing.
didn't
And I
have
was
anywhere
like,
to go.
all right, I need to make this a little bit weird.
I'm such a supportive friend.
Yeah. And no offense, Ryan, but you're gullible. So
I am gullible.
I do think though, like when people like try and prank me, it's like, okay, you just lied, and I trusted you.
I'm always
Face
very, I'm always flattered to be pranked.
Me
though.
too.
I
It's
think
fun.
it's
Yeah.
fun.
It's a fun thing to
It's a fun
happen.
thing to
For sure.
do.
people thought about you and having some fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
There was some thought that
It
went
was
into
harmless. It's a harmless.
You did a
prank.
good job of holding the fort when I was really being like, this isn't real. There's no fucking way. You're lying.
I was the one laughing. I was like, this is really stupid.
Yeah, I did.
A storage unit of 300 clown plates accumulated over a 3 to 4 year span. That's 70 plates per year. That's ridiculous.
I can't wait to go back and watch you listen to that.
Cloud.
Because like before you outright were like, I'm sorry, this is crazy. You had such a confused, like didn't want to, like you were trying to tell if I was joking. It was a very funny expression.
Well, also I felt insane because you had said the plates thing and nobody reacted to it. So I was just like, all right,
They know about the plates.
clearly these guys have a plate chat, like a plate group chat that they're
plate
all in
chat.
on. Like, look at this one.
It's a
should've
Facebook
had
group.
Look at
I was like, what the fuck, man? Oh man, that was good. That was good. I can't wait to watch that back.
what a fun thing. Great idea, Sarah.
That was
Great
good.
Thank
idea.
you so much.
That was very good. That's so funny.
Life is a game.
Life truly
I
is.
can't believe those are on eBay. Did you have that knowledge that they were on eBay?
No, I had no idea. I assumed.
Matt just pulled
No.
that up.
I just,
my
there's a
God.
lot of things in this world. So I was like, I assume there are plates
There's
with
so
pictures.
many.
Wait a second. You came up with that on the spot right here?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I was
Called
thinking
improv, darling.
on the drive here,
That's
I
good
was
prompt.
thinking like, what is one detail I can add if Ryan's just fully supportive? And I was like, clown plates.
That's pretty good. And
We
what a
should've-
gamble.
Should have stuck to the DDR machine.
I know, it's all right.
DDR machine.
Just imagining this place. It's like- it's the idea of children.
I know. It's
They
just
go,
the children.
I'm gonna have some of my clown
And
plates.
there's a candy machine. There's a machine that only gives out popcorn jelly beans.
I would have dug a DDR machine too. Because
Yeah.
I like when people get serious enough that they have to use the handrail.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
legs
yeah.
flip off.
I've never
the-
been
the
able to
thing.
do that.
You trying to look through 300 clown plates with someone just like, "Chung, chung, chung."
The
So they're
clown
all
plates
just
are like
rattling.
vibrating on the shelves.
Fucking some Darude Sandstorm playing.
Shane's holding the clown plates.
Not my plates! My precious plates!
Oh, let's do some mail time.
Mail time.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the mail time. If you've got a voicemail you'd like to send to us, you can do so at 818-275-4585. You can leave us a voicemail or you can send us an email at AskWatcherPods@gmail.com.
How much are those plates? Can we order one for the set?
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious.
Talk about get scared. Look at these plates.
Get the one with the guy in the American
The guy,
flag
no,
tie and
the
dog
one.
sweater.
I like the one holding the dog. That was
crazy.
lovely.
If there's any sad clown plates, would be good.
That would be good.
I love a dog in a little like rough color.
Yeah, that is nice.
Ugh, love that.
But Dr. I am a sad clown plate.
Almost got it.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Almost
good.
got
One of my favorite things about working on puppet history is going through a bunch of old illustrations for any given episode and just seeing like, you know, like old illustrations of like Victorian moppets and dogs in the street.
Ugh, they were like weird little
They're
like
so fun.
Halloween cards.
Yeah,
so
that kind of
strange
vibe.
and
Oh,
wonderful.
the Halloween cards are wonderful.
Yeah.
Back on Watcher Weekly, we used to do show and tell. Remember that?
Yeah.
We would show so something very weird in our house.
Yeah.
I wonder. God, that's why I also was like, the clown plates didn't come up then. Like that.
That's
It's in
when
the
I was
storage unit. It's not in the house.
He has to go to his Batman storage
canonically,
unit by
that's
the
when
river.
I was first getting into them.
That is true. You hadn't caught the fever yet.
We got some questions today, some fun ones.
Hi, my name is
fuck?
Sarah. I'm from rural
Sorry, there was kind of a little bit of
Yeah, Jesus
whisper.
They just curse you. They
Samara from the ring.
Hi.
I think they were saying, I have a question.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from rural Oklahoma. And I just wanted to check on Obi. I'm a really good cat person, and I love cats.
Aw.
And I heard he was sick. And I just wanted to make sure he was okay. Maybe he could give me a little meow out. Yeah, so if that's cool. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Obi. Sarah, do you want to report on Obi?
Yeah. That's my
That's
Obi
good.
report. Yeah. Obi is shockingly fine. He's more beautiful than ever. His fur is soft, like down.
I like
I don't-
every facet report.
I don't. His eyes are sparkling like gems.
10-point checkup.
His nails are a little long.
Yeah.
I should trim those. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I'm worried that people will think that we lied about Obi for sympathy or something because he's lived so long. Like I was
That
worried.
cat better be fucking dead next pod.
Just because, so basically, they told us at the time when he was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, because he's
Oh.
You make that joke in the room when the doctor told you?
No, but because then I was really sad because they were like,
say it through 2 months.
I was pretty upset, but because they said he was going to die in like 2 months. They were like 2 months
They
from
said
now,
2 to 4.
2 to 4 months, and that was
July.
That was now like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and he has not really exhibited like any symptoms, and we only give him steroids. We don't give him chemotherapy because it's not curable.
We give him steroids every morning.
We give him steroids every morning. Chemotherapy was like, there's many reasons why we didn't do it. It's expensive. He wouldn't like it. We would have to take off work. It's not a curable thing. Like
it would make him feel better for like a month every 12,
it was not worth it. And like, there's no way for him to go into remission. And like, it turns out that was like the right thing to do because he is, it's obviously different for everyone's situation. Like, but for us, he's fine. Like he seems fine.
Yeah. Is he in remission now or
he's not in remission. He still has cancer, but it's the cancer I think I mentioned this on a previous episode, but the cancer is so rare that it's a very rare cancer for cats. I think dogs can get it too. People can get it.
I think for people, it's pretty bad.
Yes. But it's so rare that they don't have a lot of like statistics for like how long the life expectancy is. So I think they were preparing us for the absolute worst, but there are people, I was looking it up. There's not even a ton of like people out there who are reporting in about how it went for their cat, but there were some people who were like, our cat had this and lived for another like few years or 5 years.
Oh my God.
I think too, a lot of the times
cats get it and they die in 2 months.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times also it is. So Obi's like 7 or 8. We're not sure.
He is younger.
He's a younger cat. And this type of cancer mostly affects older cats. So I think that it, like their body is probably a little bit weaker. And like also they may be sort of at the end anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I don't know. He's perfectly fine. I mean, he sleeps a lot, but he always slept a lot. Yeah. So it's hard to tell. Like he's never been a very playful cat. But he is beautiful and perfect, and he's been stomping on Shane every night.
He's been stomping on me lately at night. I don't know why.
Like walking on you?
Yeah, he's just walking all over me.
Well, he doesn't weigh a lot, right? That's fine.
No, but
he's a big boy, a little bit.
Yeah. And honestly,
he's like 14 pounds.
Yeah, I'm fattening him up a little bit.
Man.
Because, you want him to eat. That's the thing. When they start eating less, that's when like, oh.
Well, fingers crossed it keeps going.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, but it's been wonderful that we've had lots of time with him and stuff. So.
I know. We're very thankful. Very thankful we found out because now all the time we have with him, we're like, yay!
Yeah,
the Obi man.
We didn't lie. He fully has cancer. He's just somehow a miracle baby.
Yeah. So that's our update. Thanks for asking about that, Sarah.
Yeah.
Where's he walking on you? On your head?
All over.
Benny's a nut hunter.
Okay.
I'll be sitting on the couch, like under a blanket, and he'll just jump on my lap and just big ass
Did
paw.
he get the procedure yet?
Oh, did he get the snip?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did unfortunately get the snip. But he's good now.
Why unfortunately? You want to see those dog balls?
Dangle?
I just feel
You want to see those
bad.
dangles?
I felt bad.
It's okay.
Don't feel bad.
And on the way over, I was just looking at him. I'm just like,
his balls?
Yeah, I was just taking.
Did you keep them in the jar? You have them hanging from your rearview mirror.
I was taking a long look at them just to keep them in my mind palace, like someone watching someone leaving on a train.
Now that's an interesting business. We take your pet balls and we'll turn them into something for your rearview mirror.
That'll be at the store.
Yeah,
like a stress ball.
That's a service we offer
Pet
at
ball
the
stress
Elbow
balls.
Room.
Close your eyes and imagine what you'll look like 6 months from now.
Ugh.
Hey, how's your hair look? Huh? The same? Now picture how your hair would look if you started using Hims.
All right.
If you're picturing the same you as before, but with much thicker and fuller hair, well, you'd be correct. Hims provides you with convenient access to a range of hair loss treatments that work all from the comfort of your couch.
I like my couch.
Yeah. Now, Hims makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted options and clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
That's no time at all.
Choose from personalized chewable, oral spray, and serum treatments to find what works best for you. Now, the process is simple and 100% online, so there's no uncomfortable doctor visits.
Yeah.
The answer,
We've all been there.
we've all been there when doctors say, why are you here today? And you go, oh, doctor,
I'm Ray Romano.
I think Deborah says I'm going bald.
That happens to everybody, Ray. Good thing everyone loves you.
Doctor, I can't stop talking like Ray Romano and...
Well, HIMS can't help you with that. But if you do answer a few questions, and a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you.
That's right.
If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free.
That's right. And no insurance is needed. And one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. HIMS has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, and they can help you get your confidence back too with visibly thicker and fuller hair.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/watcher.
That's HIMS.com/watcher for your personalized hair loss treatment options. HIMS.com/watcher.
Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Here's another question.
What's up? My favorite gaggle of chuckle sucks. Kate from Seattle here.
That's
Here
good.
is my question. Aside from any majorly evil pieces of shit, what celebrity or historical figure would you least want to be haunted by and why? Who would you most want to be haunted by? And bonus points for impressions. Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for making my long-ass commute better.
Thank you, Kate.
Kate. Thank you, Kate.
Kate from Seattle.
Big Seattle vibes to that call.
Good cue.
You know, I like the caveat that least want to be haunted by,
Not
but
anyone
not
nasty.
someone evil.
Aside from any majorly evil piece of shit. And I appreciate that because we don't want to be talking about like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, this is people I'm assuming who've already died, right?
I think you can include living. Why not? We get to make these rules.
We're not wishing death upon them. We're just saying it'll be nice when they die that they could
But
hang
be
out.
careful. Be careful if they're old by the time this podcast comes out. You might.
Yeah,
You might
April
have,
7th.
I mean, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true. And I don't know how that relates to.
Well, I mean, because like it's all fleeting this time.
I've got to. This is gonna be. I've got to.
You got it?
Okay. Well, I know who I most want to be haunted by.
See, I knew Sarah would have a really good answer to this question, which is why I grabbed it.
I know who I'd want to be most haunted by.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's actually okay. I would like to be. I mean, David Bowie.
Oh.
I really would love to. I mean, David Bowie is just #1 great conversationalist. I feel like he
Yeah.
could give me a lot of like really good feedback on like creative ideas and stuff. And I just would love to hang. I feel like I could see myself, and he has a very like calm demeanor too. So I think that like part of me though would hope that he would be haunting Iman because like they just have such a beautiful love story that like I wouldn't want to necessarily hog David Bowie from her. Like I would want.
Iman doesn't need to know that he has a ghost.
yeah.
Okay, but that would make me sad because then I would know that I was hanging out with David Bowie's ghost and not.
Maybe he could do
joint custody.
Maybe he could do
Yeah.
both.
Maybe I would like go. I would like go
Iman,
to.
does Iman live in England?
I don't know. I think.
Oh, different time zones?
Yeah, I was going to say he could hang out with Iman
Okay.
during
You should
the...
be like, David, you should be
Go
with
visit
your wife.
Yeah.
Go
No.
visit your wife.
No, Sarah.
I have more ideas for Labyrinth 2.
I spent plenty of time with her.
Now I want to hang out with you and this soft little orange man. Anyway, so that's my most favorite.
Little orange man.
Least want to be haunted by is going to be hard because I just feel like I just think of
Bad people.
yeah.
Yeah, what do you think is the best? What do you think is the worst good person to be haunted?
Yeah.
by? I
Like
feel
someone who's just self-righteous and like annoying, I guess.
Or someone with an annoying sounding voice, but I don't want to name them because that would be mean. You know, it would suck to be haunted by like a fucking Charlie Chaplin or something because he would just be doing a bunch of Pratt shit.
Oh my God.
Charlie I always go back to the video. There's an old film reel of when they signed like the incorporation. I don't know. It's when
I've
they
seen
launched United Artists.
Yeah.
It's Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, and who was the third?
D.W. Griffith?
Douglas Fairbanks?
Fairbanks.
Douglas
It was Fairbanks. And it's a charming video to watch because, you know, they're just three very magnetic people. But Charlie Chaplin throughout that whole film reel just looks like the most annoying fucking guy in the world. And he's just
It
doing
was partly informed by that.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just constantly like doing little bits and like doing little handstands and stuff. And I'm like, this guy must have been exhausting.
Dude, imagine brushing your teeth and in the back of the mirror, you just see this guy doing fucking push-ups or like handstands. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, come on.
Which one is he? He's so
You see him,
we're looking at this. Is this him?
Yeah, that's him right there.
Oh wow, he really does look like RDJ.
Yeah,
He does. Robert Downey
RDJ
Jr.
played him in
was
Chaplin.
correct.
I never seen that movie.
That's why I said that, Sarah.
But yeah, Charlie Chaplin definitely is like, he's be hogging the spotlight.
Yeah.
Wow, it's funny.
Look at him go.
He's
Look
so
at him
tiny.
go. Yeah, he's a little guy.
That you would want to do that with your ghost friend?
I want
Pick him
Shane
up.
to do that with me. I want Shane to pick me up like that.
Mari and I did the firefighter carry challenge the other day. It's hard.
What is that?
It's like basically if there was a fire and could Mari with her strength pick me up and take me out of the house, like
Pick you up?
a fireman carry. So
Well,
if you're like lying on the ground, let's say I'm passed out on the ground and I'm on my back, Mari would lie on top of me with her back on my chest and then link my arms over her shoulders, roll over, and then kind of get up so that she is carrying me out. And she swore she could do it.
And you guys did
I took a video of it because it's like, you can't do this. And it was, she couldn't even move.
I don't think Sarah could do that to me.
I don't think I could.
I was like, I'd be a goner. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Well, when I would try to flip over, my feet wouldn't reach the floor.
No. What is the thought that you've like
I just
inhaled some
drag you.
smoke and you've passed out?
If I've passed out, could she get me out of the building? She saw the footage of how to do it and she was like, I could fucking do that.
It's a lot of back stuff though.
Yeah, it's a lot on your back. I don't know. Charlie Chaplin, you know what? I'm going to change my answer. Walt Disney.
like him?
No, I think he would be annoying, but I think I would least like to be haunted by Walt Disney.
I guess if Charlie Chaplin, you would least like to
That
be
makes
haunted
sense. It
by
would
Walt Disney.
wreck everything for you.
Because
he'd start saying some stuff.
Well, also, you don't want to meet your heroes, and I have an idealized version of this guy. I don't know. Who
You'd hear
knows?
him farting.
Well, I read
Do ghosts fart? Ecto fart.
Yeah.
I read a pretty exhaustive
fart.
report about the building of Disneyland, and it has a lot of what Walt was really like. And he wasn't always a nice guy. So I feel like it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot for me. I would still be obviously mystified, but I just feel like it would be a lot.
Who's my least?
Because we've all done our least.
Have we all done our least?
And Sarah did
you pick a
her
least?
most.
Least is going to be hard for me. I don't really have one.
I don't know if I would say this would be my most or least. It could be a contender for both. I think it's most. I think Orson Welles would be a lot of fun to have.
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could see that being worst, best in.
He's a windbag.
Yes.
So it may get tiring, but
He's
at the
not going to
same
shut
time-
up.
Along those lines too, someone like Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like the idea of what Shane said. Like a Stanley Kubrick is one of those people that I've always been like, I just want to know what you're like.
Yeah, he's one of those people where
No. I agree. I understand that. I think that it's probably not the best thing, but it would be really interesting to just know for a fact what they were like.
right.
Yeah.
There's those people where the access to them was very limited.
Yeah.
And they didn't do a ton of press. So but there are some really interesting Kubrick audio interviews. where you get a sense where he's a little more chill.
I think a lot of the negative stuff was just kind of came from insecurities.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think also any sort of artist that kind of died too soon, the other person that came to mind, which is somebody who was, which you honestly, I don't know if you all, Shane, you might know who this is because I've talked about him before, but and is associated with David Bowie a little bit, but Klaus Nomi.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Klaus Nomi was a new wave musician who was actually a former opera singer I think he's from Germany. And he was a really avant-garde performer. I think he performed as I think the lore is that he was an alien from outer space.
Huh.
But he died of AIDS pretty young. So, there's a lot of career there that didn't happen because I think he died when he was 30s or something. So that would be someone that's cool because it's you would get to, extend their artistic lifespan. Yeah. So that would be cool. And someone who didn't, share a lot of their ideas.
For most, it's kind of, there's three people that come to mind and they're all for three different reasons. One would be Chris Walken, just because his voice is hilarious. I love it. And he doesn't talk your ear off, I would say, like a Goldblum would.
I don't know.
But I feel like him chiming in would be fun. The other one, just because I think he'd be a funny guy and he'd be fucking huge, is Shaq. Shaq would be a fun.
I thought you were going to say Andre the Giant.
Shaq would be a fun guy to have around.
Andre the Giant's really good.
And then one who would just make me feel nice and comfy. He seems just like a sweet old man. Is Spielberg? Steven Spielberg.
Is there a fictional character that you'd like to be haunted by?
I always loved Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso.
Okay.
Oh, those ghosts.
Yeah. Casper's uncles.
So
Brad
do the
Garrett.
fictional characters have to be ghosts already that we're being haunted by?
No, I want
I don't
them
think
to.
so.
I want them to sort of die and then become ghosts.
Double ghosts.
Double ghosts.
Well, if you could do a team, could I get Pinky in the Brain?
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
not?
can
I
do
would not want
duos.
to be haunted by Pinky in the Brain.
That'd be so much fun.
And they are dead as well. They canonically die.
I guess.
They're canonically
they?
dead. They're
Pinky
removed from
and
the
the
rest of
Brain?
the world.
Buried together.
I'm going to say, I guess, who would I want to be haunted by who is a fictional character? That is a tough question.
While you think about it, I want to say this is kind of in line
Is
with
law is legally binding?
no with the thing that I
Yeah,
And
they're
I-
locking it in.
something I thought about at some point when we were at Disneyland, and that I understand this is something that would never happen,
Disneyland?
but I think it would be so fun and funny and like a fun gimmick. I guess almost similar to like what Mr. Peanut did, but like if Disney canonically, like
Oh, sure.
Mickey Mouse died, and then they would have like a funeral procession on Main Street every day. And there were like banners hanging up everywhere that was like R.I.P. Mickey.
Oh my god!
And it was
that
like
would
it
be
was
cool.
like a theme for like a whole year. And shortly after I had that idea was when I decided to kill off the professor for the first time
wow.
on Puppet History.
You do know
And then
Goofy
have
is
a big
canonically
funeral.
dead.
Is Goofy canonically dead?
If you, in the Kingdom Hearts universe, he gets killed. He gets a rock gets
Spoilers.
a rock gets thrown in his head, and he's dead.
A rock
And
gets
Donald and Mickey are standing over, and Mickey's like basically like, I'm gonna fucking avenge. He doesn't say I'm not gonna fucking, but I'm gonna avenge him.
I didn't
I'm
get
gonna
this far in the game.
The clip is on YouTube. Goofy dies.
I want to see this.
I thought of my person.
Who would it be?
Okay, so mine is now it seems so obvious.
Kermit the Frog.
Poirot.
Sure.
'Cause I love Poirot, and I'm obviously talking about David Suchet. I'm not talking about
Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh.
Though I also like the
I like
Kenneth
Kenneth's.
Branagh. And enough champagne.
To fill
to
the
fill the
night.
What's the name of the detective?
We're
in,
the only
in,
motherfuckers showing up
a
for
Knives
those
Out.
Benoit Blanc.
Benoit Blanc.
And also, I'm on a Ludwig kick. If anyone's watching Ludwig,
Ludwig is really good.
What's
Ryan,
that?
you would like
it's
it a
a
lot.
British
I think.
show with David Mitchell.
You know David Mitchell from
Yeah,
What
David
I Lie to
Mitchell's
You?
great. Yeah.
There's a new detective show. The premise is very good. We're endorsing Ludwig right now.
I love it.
The premise is he plays like a puzzle maker. Does he make them for the paper?
Puzzle setter. He
He's a
makes like
puzzle-
books of puzzles.
Puzzle setter. He makes like books of puzzles,
Okay.
crosswords,
All kinds
those
of
type
puzzles. Cryptic crosswords.
things. And he has a twin brother who is an investigator with the police, a DCI, as they say over there. His twin brother goes missing.
Yeah.
And his brother's wife is like, he's gone missing. They don't know at work. He's left me this cryptic letter. We think he's still alive, but I have no idea where he is. And he seems like he's in danger. So then David Mitchell assumes the role of his twin brother
Yes.
at the police station.
But he's really good at solving crimes because he's a puzzle setter.
Yeah.
So then it's like sort of becomes like a procedural.
So he's like impersonating the brother, and like he is kind of reluctantly solving all these crimes.
That's really fun.
while
But he's
trying
really
to get
good
to the
at
bottom
it.
of where his missing brother has gone.
and
like
he's
that.
also like way more like socially stunted than his brother, so he's sort of
really
like
good.
awkward and like.
Ooh, you guys have sold me on this.
It's a great
It's
show.
It's a great premise. I haven't finished it yet, Sarah.
But I love everyone on the show is like my baby. I love
They're
them all.
great. They're great.
But yeah, I think Poirot because like he has number one, David Suchet as Poirot has a very like soothing voice. And he also, loves things that I love. He likes, fashions and he likes food, which are two things I like. So I'd like to converse with him about that. But he's also very intelligent, but he wasn't really annoying. He had times where he was quiet and
he was a little,
yeah.
sometimes
and he had a good
cranky.
sense of humor as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to change my answer to Scooby Doo.
Okay.
I was gonna say Scooby Doo.
I just realized
Scooby Doo is my number one.
he would be perfect because
I would love
it's a
that.
talking dog and he hunts ghosts with me. That's fucking.
Oh yeah, it would really explode the ghost files if you got Scooby Doo on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure that would really be a big. We can't book him.
I was gonna say I think Scooby Doo would be my go-to for
Hell yeah,
a
dude.
fictional character.
Dibs.
The fictional character that I'd least want to be haunted by would be the Pest. John Leguizamo's the Pest.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nasty, nasty stuff.
You know what? If I'm going least, then I'll say that clown he plays in Spawn.
Oh, the Violator.
The Violator.
Yeah.
I'd say Freddy
Also,
Krueger.
the guy from
Oh, yeah.
I think the guy from Bones and All.
Oh,
I never saw that.
What's the actor's name who plays him?
Timothy Chalamet?
No, the scary guy.
Oh, I didn't see
The guy from Dunkirk.
Harry Styles.
No,
Fucking Dunkirk and Bridge of Spies.
older guy. Scary.
Mark
Rylance.
Rylance.
Mark Rylance. So scary in Bones and All. Scariest thing I've ever seen.
Oh wow,
I
he
didn't
plays a
think of him as
villain.
scary guy.
He's a very scary man.
He's so good in that.
I have one more question here. It's an email from Jessica.
Alrighty then.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm not doing an impression of Jessica.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I'm writing from Canada. I just finished binge watching Lost in under 3 months, and I believe it to be a perfect show. I was wondering if you had a piece of media, show, movie, song, etc., that you passionately feel is perfect. Perfection doesn't have to mean it is free of flaws. I can recognize that Lost has minor problems, but I love it for what it is. Perfection is subjective and possibly different from something being your favorite piece of media. Would love to hear everyone's thoughts. Thank you, Jessica. P.S. to Shane, knowing you've seen Lost, which character do you align with the most?
I like that.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
like that.
I know that
love-
Sarah's got strong opinions on TV.
I've never seen Lost.
Neither have I.
That's fascinating.
Lost-
Shane is such an
Lost is
ardent
one of my-
supporter.
I've seen one episode, which
You saw the last episode.
I watched the last episode,
which is very funny.
Don't let me know what happens.
because I was doing a summer semester at college, and it was in Boston, and like nobody is there, but one of my friends was there, and he really liked Lost, and he was like, "Oh, we have to watch the finale because it was airing," and I was like, "All right."
You had probably.
So I watched it with him, but I never saw any other. And I was like, "Cool."
Everybody's got opinions on Lost. I think it is just a beautiful, wonderful show. It's got its flaws, as Jessica has pointed out. But
It's hard to say something is perfect, and I also feel like
sure, especially when you're
perfect-
making like 24 episodes a
Well, it says
season.
movie too. You do movie as well.
But
What's your like no notes movie or something or TV show?
No, it's
Well, like
'Cause I think
before
that-
this,
that changes my
Before
brain
this,
about it.
we were just talking about before we started recording. We were talking about Over the Garden Wall,
Over the Garden
which is
Wall.
a show that, and it's sort of perfection aside, it's just so realized, and it's just like such a wonderful.
there's a strong point of view.
Yeah, it's like a great piece of art that is very singular. I've never seen anything like it.
It doesn't wear like, and also like I've rewatched it many times, and it's always,
Yeah, it's one you can watch every year.
and there's nothing else like it as well.
That's the thing. It's like so uniquely itself, and is so. It's clearly someone. It's Patrick McHale. Is that his name? It's him just doing everything he loves, which is what I'm looking for. I think that's why. I think Sarah and I can be lenient on a lot of things.
I like
Where
some of
we're
my
like-
favorite things are terrible.
I know, where it's like, I love when artists, if something isn't quote unquote perfect, but it's just someone doing, like, you can really feel them putting themselves into it. you
And
know?
like the authenticity of a vision, like I feel like when I watch stuff, I can really tell when like something is being made for the idea of like, oh, you know, say for example, like, oh, I'm this aesthetic is because people are nostalgic about it, and not this aesthetic, I'm making it because it is me and it is an expression of myself. Like I feel like I can really like sense that in something. I was gonna say actually Over the Garden Wall did come to mind.
Yeah.
And then also I don't know, I think it's a perfect movie because like it definitely does have flaws, but I think in terms of like Pacific Rim to me is not perfect.
You love your Pacific Rim?
I do love Pacific Rim. But
It's not a surprise to hear you say that, but I think for someone to tee it up with that and then to say Pacific Rim,
I think that's a
No.
good example of
Is-
something
can I
though,
say
where it's
something?
like,
I'm with
though?
you.
There's
Yes, yes, yes.
reasons. There's reasons for it. Number one, I think it's like it's just a very rare execution like of a kaiju and giant robot movie.
Absolutely.
That does have like a very deep sort of sense of, I guess, like heart. And I really like that it's clearly number one, like something that GDT was like super passionate about making. So Guillermo del Toro.
Damn.
He like very, very like clearly a lot of passion went into it. Obviously, like the characters are kind of shallow, but I think that's what works well about it, because my favorite thing about Pacific Rim is the entire mechanism of drifting.
Drifting.
Yeah, Shane, you're number one drift compatible person in the world, or do you think there's somebody that would be better?
We're pretty drift compatible.
Yeah.
I would say there's like probably some other people who are drift compatible as well. But like drift compatibility is not necessarily like just romantic.
No.
But drift compatibility is like a great mechanism for storytelling because the whole idea of it is that you need to have like some deep understanding of the other person or be on the same wavelength. So like not everybody is drift compatible. So that's kind of the genius of that mechanism in the story.
And that's why it's so funny in the sequel that
The second one, they're like anyone is drift compatible and you can just go to school
Yeah,
for
that
it.
kinda
And
sucks. Takes
and
the
it's
nuance
just sort
out
of
of it.
like
go to school for it.
it's like
I
the
don't think I
worst.
saw that one.
It's really bad.
You don't need to see it. It's offensive. But so like I think like and even later like when the scientists are drift compatible too, like that's sort of a nice touch because it's like, oh, these are two people with like understanding of each other, and like there's like different, there's like a father and a son, then there's brothers who are drift compatible. So I just like that mechanism, and then also just the fights in it are amazing, and it also has like a sense of fun and also a really good sense of world building without being exhaustive and too expositional. Like, is that a
man,
word?
Hannibal Chow.
Like, they don't explain that much. Like, in the very beginning, they're like, yeah, there's monsters. Yes, it's kind of seeped into pop culture in certain ways. But then, like, yeah, like the Hannibal Chow, it's just a tease of a world build. It's not necessarily something where they're like, we have to explain. And I feel like sometimes now sorry, this is boring for me to talk about. But
No, this is you're so enthusiastic about this.
I feel movies and media now is very like, we have to tell you what everything is happening because people don't understand things and like they don't like to live in mystery. And to me, it feels almost like you're not confident in your vision when you do that.
You're also not leaving space for interpretation. It's kind of also like why they tried to give like Michael Myers like origin stories, or like it's just like, what are you doing?
And to me, Wicked as well, like the whole thing of Wicked where it's like we have to apply this logic of like a college to something that was like formerly like a surrealist environment. It kind of takes away a little bit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same thing with like making, and I love Wicked.
I love that for you.
It's okay to love things. And
I'm
not
just
love
saying,
things.
it's oftentimes the situation with like trying to make like gritty, realistic comic adaptations.
Yeah.
It's like it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Just let it have
That's the
fun.
point.
Labyrinth is like another great example of like something where it's like there is world building, but it's not explaining everything to you because it is sort of just like a surrealist
We'll
environment.
see what that
you're just,
sicko Bob
Yeah, I
Eggers
know.
gets up to with it.
But yeah, I would say so. I think Pacific Rim is like obviously not flawless. Like the acting is kind of stiff, but I think that it's perfect in sort of a expression of Guillermo's passion for that subject.
You'd also be drift compatible with Bowie, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. That is beautiful
Oh,
of you to
very
say.
kind.
That's a
That'd be
very
fun.
kind thing to say.
Brian, what's what comes to mind for you?
I was
Is it
actually writing some down because I didn't want to interrupt because
My guess would be like Back to the Future.
well, if we're going through the lens of a perfect film,
Yeah.
then I probably would say Back to the Future, E.T. Those are the only two I could think of that I feel like are perfectly paced, still fit a modern audience in terms of attention span, and have all the things you need in terms of like a classic 3-act structure. But I actually was looking at this question more through the lens of like twist movies, because those are the ones I wish I could re-experience because you don't see like Sixth Sense or Psycho.
Yeah.
Like if
I mean, I knew what twist movies were.
But like, but like
my questioning face was more about why you went there.
because like there's one of my favorite parts of the movie going experience is to see something that really blow my mind at the end of the film that I did not see coming. I couldn't even imagine seeing Psycho not knowing what that movie is. Or like Sixth Sense again, not knowing.
What's a time? I know we're going this question, but to break off, what's a time you gasped in the theater?
Ooh, for a twist?
Yeah.
The Others.
Sarah just saw that for the first time.
Oh yeah,
that fucked me up.
because there's a first twist and then a second twist.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie's good.
We talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, we asked things that really freaked people out, which we're going to go more into on Get Scared. So if you answered that, we're still interested in those. But a lot of people said The Others. Very, very, very.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you talking about gas from a twist or just gasping from like a
twist,
scare?
a twist.
Okay, because I was going to say scare probably when the alien walks out and signs at the Brazilian birthday party. That shit made
I'd
me.
say twist.
That was
I
also
think.
a lot of people saying.
Dude, that I made noise.
Yeah.
in the theater.
That one's really
We may have I feel like we might have brought this up at some point on the pod, but the one in theaters that I can remember really booming people, which is funny because it was unexpected because it's not a movie you would expect a twist from. is in Spider-Man.
That's what I was going to say.
Homecoming, yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
when they reveal that Michael Keaton
Is her dad.
Which is
It's,
actually
yeah.
a borrowed twist in a way, because that twist is executed, if not the same, maybe better in Up in the Air.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think the last time, the most recent time I remember was I was watching Companion, and I think Shane, you and I had talked about that was spoiled for you.
It was, yeah.
It was in the
in all the
trailer.
marketing.
But it wasn't in the trailer I saw.
Yeah, and it worked for you, right?
And there's an element of it, and it's very new, so I'm not going to spoil it. But if you're interested in Companion and you don't know anything about it, please avoid watching anything about it before you go in there.
This is a room full of
because I literally was like, oh, how exciting is that? How exciting is that?
Yeah.
This is a movie going group. Do you think it ruins the movie
I
experience?
think you almost said movie gooning.
Well, that's a different.
man.
That's a different pod.
Sometimes
Can you
Is that the new pod?
Those are my special movies.
I'm adding this to the HR.
those are my special videotapes. Do you think it ruins the movie if you know going into the film that it is a twist?
I mean,
movie?
ideally, you don't.
Yeah.
Want to that,
But
I think
if you
it can
think it's a
ruin-
twist movie, you're kind of like, okay, is this the twist? Is this the twist?
I think it can ruin your experience of it, but I do think that it doesn't really ruin the movie if you know. Sometimes twists will get me to go see something that I originally had no interest in, you know?
Yeah.
Being like, oh, this is interesting. Like, there's many movies that I'm really interested about this because my nephew is becoming huge into Star Wars. He's 5 years old.
Oh, that twist, yeah.
But, I mean, there's no chance that he's going to be able to experience that for the first time.
Yeah.
Because he's like watching prequels and stuff first.
right.
And he's asking my brother, like, he.
So who's this guy's dad?
he's literally watching Luke Skywalker, and he's like, so that guy becomes Darth Vader, and my brother's like, no, bud. Well, we'll get to it, but like, there's no way that he's going to be able to experience, inarguably, the greatest twist in filmmaking.
Yeah.
For the first time in a way that we all did, or that you can protect. But it's really interesting to me. I don't think it matters. I want to go back to my perfect movies because I want to shout two movies out.
What
Two
lens are you
movies.
going through?
Movies that I think, kind of what Sarah was saying about like an original vision, a strong thing that I would not really make any changes to. No notes.
Yeah.
That was my suggestion. Spy Kids one.
Yeah. Mr. Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez. I think that movie is perfect.
I've never seen any of the Spy
Never
Kids.
seen those.
Wouldn't change it. I can't tell you at your age, watch it for the first time. I don't think it'll have the same effect.
Sure. Okay, what's your other film?
Be Kind Rewind. Michelle Gondry.
That's a good movie.
Jack Black.
I love Be Kind Rewind.
That is to me like, if anyone ever goes, what type of films do you want to make?
There you
That's
go.
it.
Yeah.
Heart on your sleeve.
Heart on
I
your
also-
sleeve, funny, cute,
Strong vision, executed
strong
well.
vision, executed well.
I missed the Most Def
Most
acting
Def.
era
Most Def.
because I like 16
I know.
Blocks
I
too.
love
Oh my
16
God.
Blocks.
And also Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah,
He's really good in that. I love that movie too.
16 Blocks is awesome.
Yeah. And if I have to answer for my lost character,
Oh yeah. Who are you?
I mean, it feels pompous to say that I want to say I vibe with Desmond, just because,
Is that Matt Fox?
no.
That's Jack.
Desmond is the guy in the hatch pressing the button. Man,
Never seen
Who
an
plays
episode.
him?
Henry Ian Cusick.
Huh.
Let's look at Desmond real quick. There he
I
is.
feel like if you grew your hair
Yeah,
and
he could be.
I'd
have
be
your
just
beard,
like
you would
Desmond.
look like him.
And
Yeah.
he's Scottish, I'll have you know.
Oh,
Wow.
la la.
Yeah.
He's got similar eyes to you too.
Like, imagine
He's
him
good.
saying, "See you in another life, brother."
Ooh, that sounds nice.
I could see you being a guy in a bunker. That
I'd love to be in a
presses-
bunker. Thank you so much for listening, Sarah. Thank you so much for being
Oh my
here.
god!
Thank you,
Thank you so
Sarah.
much for having
thank you for coming on.
me.
If you haven't, as we said, subscribe. We're doing our big drive to subscribe.
That's right.
Buckle in for in a few weeks. We're going to be changing over to Get Scared. And thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
And check out the merch store.
Check out the
That's
merch
right.
store, watcherstuff.com.
And follow Sarah.
Follow me on Blue Sky. It's just Sarah.Rubin.
We'll put
No
the
H.
links in the description.
Thank you to the lovely Sarah Rubin. And we'll see you all next week, everybody.
Bye-bye.